Oh, hello there. Day 146 on the this tripod keeps coming out the thing. 24th of October. Beautiful afternoon. Sun's out. You see the sun? It's over there. Just had a nice lunch, some local Dexter beef from a herd just down the road. Lucky enough connected with the owners. We've talked about it in the Nonconformity Food Garden, which we've now shortened to foodseeder.com. Just got to get those seeds, the heirloom organic seeds. So yeah, where we at? Nearly June, July, August, September, October, nearly 5 months of videos. So yeah, finishing off the content for Idea Thud. Quite happy with those 2 pages now, I think. But I'm not going to, as I said yesterday, not going to get too precious on wasting too much time on getting them perfect. The 7 questions, they're kind of there. Just need to put them in and have a think about the first 2. I want the questions to, we've got to get to know your interests and passions. We've also got to get to know your circumstances, how much time you've got, how much money you need to earn per month. And then we've also got to understand, what you really want to do in life, how you see the world. So I don't know why I've chosen 7 questions, but we're just going to try and do that in 7 questions. So I think I've got number 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. But 1 and 2, I don't want to be like, what are your passions? What are you interested in? It needs to be something that instigates some emotion and brings some thought. And yeah, the questions need to be clever, so they're not just one-word answers. I need to do questions that promote a response for me to get to know you in these 7 questions, to then pump back free at the minute. Free. We're just offering it for free, and this is what I'm saying. Start loads of businesses and just don't worry about the business model. Just start helping people. Do it for free. Go from there. Business will follow. Money will follow. Side hustle it up. Multi-side hustle it up. That's what we're doing. 33 websites. And yeah, so that's Idea Thud. This morning, woke up at 10 past 4. And I was like, well, it's really cold and dark now. The nights are, the mornings are, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe you don't. So yeah, it's harder to get up, put it that way. But the alarm's on for 5, but I woke up at 10 past 4, and even though it's cold, I was like, well, I'm just trying to have a conversation with myself now when I actually open my eyes and go, how do I feel? Because sometimes you wake up and you're fresh. Sometimes you wake up and you're not quite on the right cycle, are you? You're kind of awaking from a deep sleep cycle. There are those alarm clocks, aren't they, that kind of, I don't really want that on my bed though. But I have used them in the past, and they do work really well because they kind of bring you out of sleep into waking on the right part of the cycle, the waking cycle. But that's kind of how I felt like today. So I guess I'm just going to affirm to do that every time. And it's one thing waking up though, isn't it? And the other thing is actually getting out of bed and doing it. But that's what I did this morning. Got downstairs, a few cups of tea and a few hours work before 6 a.m, which is always good. And I started Nonconformity Finance as in the content for that. And I've changed the headline on the website and the buttons, and going with a bit more of the question, thought-provoking opening. The headlines, I guess, are either going to be what we're offering or something to get the ball rolling. And I think a question is very good for that. I started that idea with the Life Master brand. Is your life balanced? Yes or no? And we're doing it with the Nonconformity Finance because it's like, it can get all very complicated and there's lots of different options this can go. And a lot of people either bury the finances in the carpet. If you've not got much money and you've got debts, you don't really want to know what your net worth is because it's negative. But the message is here to begin. So we've got a question as the headline on that website. Do you know what net worth means? I think I've remembered that correctly. And then the 2 buttons. We've got the blueprint button in the middle. Of course we have. We know what that's about now. You've been around a while, haven't you? But yeah, the 2 buttons are I don't know and I know. Because you're either going to know or you don't. So if you don't know, we'll explain it. What net worth is. It's basically your assets, house, car, money, bank accounts, investments. Add all that up, take off, minus your total liabilities, debts, mortgage, repayments on a car, any money that's owed out, and then you get a figure, positive or negative, that's your net worth figure. When I went to Bali in 2016, I didn't really have very much, but I made a net worth recording calculator because I just thought, if I'm not going to be able to grow something, I don't know what it is. And that's the whole message of this. And I've still got the spreadsheet. Did it for the 4 years that I was in Bali, and thankfully quite a lot. And that was fun. That got really fun after about a year and a half. I recorded it all, and I was trying to hustle on different pits, and I had loads of different pots, but they're all minute, they're all tiny, and there wasn't really much activity. Thankfully, it remained pretty stable. And I think with money that I was owed and like some of the cash that I had and a few little tiny investments, it was running at about like 9-10 grand, and it consistently stayed at that for a year and a half. God, I need a new tripod, windproof one. Do they exist? Anyway, listen, I believe, because I was not obsessing about net worth, but I knew what mine was, and I knew I wanted to grow it, and I had a tool and a system. I could see what my net worth was. I had a monthly exercise where you went down and updated all the columns, so then you got your total again. It was like, oh, it's the same again, oh, it's the same. However, I do believe that assisted and boosted my mindset to be on the lookout for ways to increase that. And I do believe that then from that's when I got into lots of different things where I did make money, different businesses and investments and stuff. So it can be quite confronting, but the idea with non-conformity finance is to get you thinking about your net worth. And the way we're going to do that, we'll educate you what it is, and then give you a free spreadsheet tool of how to record that. Bit simpler than one, just nice and simple, just keeping it nice and simple. And if, as I said, if you've got no money and you've got loads of debts and you're in a real hole, you still need to do this. You still need to do this because you need to face it. You need to face exactly where you're at. And then what you can do is start to manage that. A bit like we split down life into those 5 departments: health, work, people, finances, and evolution. The finances part is, this is like a module in that finances part. To start taking control of it wherever you're at, and then you'll record this each month and you'll be able to see your progress. It'll also, what we've got then is we're going to have a free trial to the community channel for 9 days, and we're just going to charge $11 a month. And what we're going to do, we'll bring together like-minded people, we'll bring together automated financial news and movements on the markets, on precious metals like gold, silver and copper, and crypto. We'll bring in the crypto coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and any big movers, and we'll have a lot of this information. So it'll be basically a hub of information, but not too much information, on all of your essential financial needs. Because the idea is, once you take stock of your net worth, the idea is then to increase your assets, reduce your liabilities. And the best way that you're going to do that is obviously making more money, and that's what we're here for with all of the businesses and stuff. And then what you want to do is start funneling that into different pots. You might have a shares pot, precious metals pot, keep some in cash. You can invest in the index markets. Whoa, another catch. Make a little montage of all my catches of the tripod. God, one the other day, it was nearly horizontal. So yeah, crypto pots, all these different pots, and then you just stick some money in all of these pots. The spreadsheet will then tell you each week, it will pull in the prices as well for you. So you'll be able to, the idea is you'll have a couple of tabs, it'll have your detail of the list of the assets and the individual, and then the liabilities. And then I want to make a nice kind of app phony style tab. I've got it. I've made several different versions, lots of different versions of this, but I'm going to go back to it and just simplify it all, bring it all together. So you'll just be able to click on your phone, click on your spreadsheet, save a link to it, so it's like an app, and then it'll have your live net worth figure. So if you're invested in the FTSE 250 and the gold and some silver and some crypto, Bitcoin, it'll be pulling in those prices automatically. So your net worth figure will be changing pretty much every second, and then that will change all of the figures on the spreadsheet, and it'll change your total net worth figure. So if you wake up in the morning or you're just wondering, you can just hit that and be like, oh, that's my net worth, that's my net worth. And what's good is then, like, you have more options. If all of your money is just coming from one source, going into one bank account, like, that's it. That's your only option, okay? And that can limit you because there's just one thing going on there, one pot, one source. But once you start to maybe get 5 or 6 of these different pots, and we've got a structured way to do this, you need to invest in a very just casual, diversified, structured way. So you got 5 pots, put some money in each one of those months. The price you'll have of what you purchased it for will be in the spreadsheet. So it will, if that's up, say gold's gone up, gold and silver at all-time highs at the moment, and probably going to just continue. So like if I'd invested last month 500 quid in gold, and now I wanted to move some money around, I needed some money for some stuff at the end of the month, I can just look and see what my pots, like the crypto and share pot might be down, but the gold pot might be up 20%. So I could just take a little bit out of the gold and convert that to cash or whatever I need to, or another asset, and then use it accordingly. So it automates scooping profits from pots that have gone up, but it just gives me more options at the end of that month. Like if I need some money, I can look at those 5 pots, and I've got that pot on my bank account, so I've got loads more options of to move money around and to use money from these different sources. So that's what non-conformity finance is all about. Some free education and some free tools to get going, and then free trial to this very well priced, very affordable community, where then we can also, because it's the community software, if we get a gold alert coming in, people can have a little discussion about what they're thinking about gold, and copy some news in from different sources, and we can pool our knowledge as well. And I think for a lot of these niche kind of communities, it's not that finance isn't that niche, is it? But I want to make them quality over quantity. So I'm going to cap probably, if not all of them, most of them, of the amount of people in there. And I don't know what the number is yet, but I guess we'll start to know that. So yeah, that's it. Non-conformity finance, a bit of an update on what's going on. I'm going to enjoy some sunshine. Have a beautiful day. Yeah.